shields are locked and we are docked.
I don't think I've ever come here
All
before
crew
on
accounted
this
for.
character.
We are ready to depart.
Ship services. Is there a kiosk? Start with the kiosk. Alright, now does it matter who I sell to?
Only a matter of time before I get promoted out of here.
Dude! I was here earlier because you got that weird promotion. I do vaguely remember this place, but I don't think I ever tried to sell to anybody
Just
here.
doesn't add up. Spaceport has anti-Xeno protocol.
By the way, this is the UC office. It's not going to be in here. Trade Authority? Alright, I gotta go find it.
Hands down, the best pilot in this dump.
Welcome to the Trade Authority. Our stock may not be as vast as New Atlantis or Sidonia, but I will do my best to see that you leave here satisfied. And seeing as the Trade Authority is the only fully licensed operator for the Den, I'm afraid your alternatives are, shall we say, slim.
Slimmy.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Let's do it.
Yes, of course.
Second email to miscellaneous. What is that going to be under? Oh, it's because I'm on the buy tab, not the sell tab. Oh, only 2,000. Boo. Which means I may have actually bought a gun instead of selling a gun. No, we're good. Sell from the razor leaf? No. Alright. Shit, what else do we have? Level 25. Are Frodo and Smeagol under the bed in the living room? I meant Smeagol and Lucas, sorry. Frodo's here. There's too many cats, Chris. I saw your video, yeah.
Got ourselves some cargo. Go ahead, try and run. Go for the kill.
Their shields are down.
Just try it.
Target's shield system is fried.
Enemies repulsion systems
So much space to breathe, thank goodness for shields. This says I didn't believe he had too many cats, and he explained it last week because I like cats and I agree with Ren. Yeah, we have too many cats. Chris made a video for her TikTok yesterday where she was talking to Leia on top of the outside cat house that we have built. And she was like, she's like, Pippin, I mean, Mary, I mean, Leia. And I just did the same thing because I was looking right at Frodo and I was asking her if, if Smeagol and Lucas were under the bed in the living room. And I was saying Frodo and them because there's too many cats. Like, we're always getting confused by the names. Too many cats. Well, my little girl Pippin right here. What is the date? Did they turn 2 years old yet? What's their birthday? 23rd is their birthday. So in 3 days they turn 2. So she has been now. It's been 2 months in this little. We've got her walking collar on, and then she's got a body bandage that Chris made to keep her from licking at her suture wound. She's been in that thing for 2 months now. This is the second time. So when she got spayed, she had a long recovery because she ended up having an internal abscess that burst after the stitches came out. So she had the first surgery, then the abscess burst. She had to have a second surgery. So she was 2 months in bandages. This one, she fell on top of the fence, ripped open her stomach, had an abdominal puncture wound, got all that sewed up, was healed up, and then like a week after the sutures came out, the internal sutures, instead of dissolving into the body, decided that they were going to come out, and it provoked 3 different exit areas. The first one was an abscess about the size of a pencil eraser, and then the last 2 have just been little, probably 1 or 2 centimeter wide little things. The third of which happened yesterday morning. Like, we let her out, took everything off, let her go free for a little bit because she was looking pretty good, and then like an hour later we go to catch up with her, and she had licked at it and had there was a little half-inch long piece of suture that was just hanging out of this little hole that she had licked at. And so it's just, we said the other day that she is now 100% an inside cat because she's had 2-month-long recovery periods because of surgeries related to her being outside and getting dirt and stuff, or just having abscesses and accidents and everything else. And in a perfect world, we would have all of our cats inside, but we don't have the house is not air conditioned. Just the office is air conditioned. So they just roam free for the most part. They stay in here when it's rainy, and when it's really hot in the afternoons, they stay in the house. But we do keep the males locked down from about 5 o'clock in the morning until about 10 o'clock at night. They stay in the house. Chris will let them out to play in the backyard and to go into the woods when she is outside, because they will stay in the backyard if she's there. But if you let the males out, even though they're fixed, if you let them out without supervision, they immediately try to cross the road in front of the house. And we don't have a lot of traffic where we live, but we do have some traffic. And we did lose a cat last year. We lost Sam. He got hit by a car. And so, it'd be great to have them all inside. Somebody the other day was like, on the Homestead channel, somebody left a really stupid comment about how, you guys should, it's your responsibility. It was something along the lines of, it's your responsibility to build them a catio and keep them safe. And it's like, first of all, unless you've got $10,000 that you're willing to give me to build some massive catio in my backyard, fuck off. Second of all, we didn't willfully go out and get these cats. They were rescue cats that kind of came with the property because Mom showed up, had 2 of them that were feral. We took those 2. We thought we were good with just Luke and Leia, and then it turns out she was pregnant and she had 5 more babies. And so there was no, it wasn't like we went out of our way to pick up cats. And then Blanca, Snow White, showed up as a rescue, and we sprayed water at her. We were like, get the fuck out of here, we don't need more cats. And she did was it 3 days she kept coming back? 3 days she kept coming back before I was finally she had a big old knot on the back of her, where somebody had walloped her with a stick or throw a rock at her or something, and I finally just felt sorry for her, and that turned into a big old abscess that took 2 months to heal. And maybe not 2 months, but it did take a while to heal. It's just no more. And it's like I had a panic moment. Was it 5 months ago, 6 months ago, when that cat showed up? There was a mama cat that was moving territory, and she had 2 baby kittens with her. What's up, Profound? And I remember I woken up. It was like 4:30, whatever. I had just woken up. I was getting coffee, and I hear meow, 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 and I'm like, oh no. And I go out front, and there's like 2 little kittens sitting on my front door. And my mind, because we already had somebody tried to dump cats off on us like last year. Like we had a neighbor lady who showed up with a box in hand and was like, I heard you guys are a cat refuge, a cat shelter. Here, I can't take care of my cat anymore. And it's like, fuck off. We are not a cat refuge. We are not a cat shelter. No. You know, we have too many animals. This is not a cat shelter. But I had this nightmare of like that somebody is going to drop off a box of kittens on our front doorstep and just run away. And so there was those 2 kittens that showed up, and I had a meltdown at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I literally woke Chris up. I was like, Chris! And we went outside, and then it turns out that they were just 2 little kittens, and their mom was across the street in the field, and she had like dropped them off on her front doorstep while she went off to try to find them food or something. But I was no more, man. This one right here, because it's been 2 months. I have not slept in 2 months because of this one right here, because I'll get like 3 hours of sleep, and then she'll wake up and need to go to the bathroom. She'll need food. She'll need all this other stuff. It's been 2 months since I've had a full night's sleep. Like even last night, I went to bed at 9, and then I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was up from 1 o'clock until 6:30, 7 o'clock. Because once I'm up, I can't get back to sleep, and so she woke me up at 1 o'clock to go to the bathroom and etc. And then I went back to bed from like 7 to 9:30. And then I'm about to go take another nap. So I have not had like an actual night's sleep in like 2 months. It's very stressful and frustrating. I mean, you love him, but at the same time. Chris says, yeah, but it's my princess. Pippin is probably my... Well, Lucas was my big baby until he chewed up $750 worth of electronics in the office. Yes, now you know why I'm editing videos at 3 a.m. Exactly. That is not me willingly being up at 3 o'clock in the morning to edit videos. It's me because the cat woke me up, and I'm like, I'm up now. I might as well just work. I believe I can fly. Who says that you can't fly in Starfield? They're full of shit. Look at this. Who needs land mounts, man? Ooh, I hear gunfire already. Okay, there's people moving around inside. Oh, there's definitely a dude down there.
you're searching them, make it quick.
Riding aliens would be cool. Yeah. Are there any more guys outside here? Doesn't appear there are. Ah, the door closed on me. Oh no! I think that might have backfired. Why does this door keep closing? Is it like an automatic thing? It's gotta be an automatic thing. It like keeps shutting in my face. Oh my god, that's a lot of dudes. This guy does not want to die. He's level 34 though. I'm almost out of shotgun ammo. Wait, we have another one? Oh, he must be up top or something. What is an AA-99?
Show yourself. Target reacquired. Surrender.
Oh, I'm not supposed to pick up any more food and drink. Oh, Harry, there you are. Why is she using that stupid.
The two of us make quite the pair. If you have any gear you want me to haul.
Yeah, why are you using your cutter, dumbass? How do I make her equip this? There it is. Equip.
Talk to you again soon, darling.
Oh, she uses... That's awesome. I'm darling now. Oop. These are useful. But I am finally almost out of shotgun ammo. Is that a pear? Plum. Plum. I don't know why I said pear. It's obviously plum. Okay. All right. I'd say we could probably go back to and sell. No, this is the same one I've been. Well, this is the third. It's the same headset I always use, Dennis, but this is the third headset that I've had to use. This is the third version of this headset that I've had in the last 12 months, because Lucas chewed up 2 of them last year. Within like 3 months of each other, he chewed up 2 of them. They're $150 a pop, so I'm not happy about that at all. And here's what's funny. So he also chewed up Christina's. So the last time I bought this, I also bought a super cheap, I'm going to pull it out of storage right now. It is not comfortable at all, but I also bought a super cheap Logitech G332, which works. But I bought this as a backup so that if I ever accidentally get chewed up again, I'm not sitting here waiting for something to get delivered, because we live out in the boonies and sometimes it takes a week for things to get delivered here. In a perfect world, I am going out of the office here on the 9th, and I'm going to be getting a new rig, getting a new gaming laptop, workhorse machine. And when I come back, I'm probably going to set up, well, it'll be a work in progress, but we're going to take the storage room and we're going to get an air conditioner installed in there. We're going to get a door on it, and we're going to convert that into an office so that this room can become like a bedroom / storage room. And when I do that, that'll be a progress. It's not going to be something that happens right away, but when I do that, I'm going to go ahead and probably invest. It depends on, how things are going with YouTube and Twitch, and if the income is still good and everything else. I'll probably invest a few $100s and get a boom mic, an actual boom mic setup, and then some sound panels to put around that room. The problem I have putting a lot of money into this place where we live is that this is when we moved here, the decision to move away from the city to here was based on us going, hey, I've spent 20 years freelancing, and we're in the city because I need to be in the city because I need gigabit service, I need gigabit internet, I need access to an airport. So for those of you who don't know, my job before this, before I got into game dev and before I got into doing YouTube and game streaming and content creation, I worked in the travel industry with my wife. So we were travel influencers, photographers, videographers. I ran a travel blog for years, traveled all around the world working on projects with tourism boards, DMOs, hotel chains. Chris and I had a public speaking career for quite a few years. And so we're always on the go. So I needed to have access to a good airport and good internet so that I could constantly be doing web conferences and uploading videos and all that other stuff. And then the last big contract I worked on, when that finished, I just had a really kind of shitty run over I had a really good run for many, many years. And then the last 3 years of doing stuff, we had multiple big multi-million-dollar projects that were just not fun to work on, and realized that the way people work it's not the same as the way people used to work. There's no more loyalty anymore. There's no more, it's just, it's all about money and etc. And so we made the very conscious decision, because her mom had offered us this place like 3 or 4 times over the years. Might even been more than that. It might have been like 5 times. When was the first time she offered us? 2014? 15? Was the first time she offered to let us buy this place. And we were like, no, we're still traveling. So then it was like, well, let's just go ahead and buy it because we're done. I didn't want to work for anybody else ever again. I've put in my time. I've been on job sites since I was 5 years old. I'm tired and old. And we're also in a time in the world where no one wants to hire an old white guy to work on anything, because everyone wants diversity, and we want, which is fine. I have nothing against that. But no one wants to hire me because I'm old and white, when they can hire a young, hip, somebody who fits the diversity role. So we bought this place, paid cash for it, and moved out here. However, it's way too hot, way too humid. The problem with putting anything in, we tried. If you go back to the very beginning of this channel, when we first moved here, and I just got monetized everything. I didn't used to use a green screen. I used to have. I was in a different position in this office, and you could see the bed behind me and a bookshelf. And I had my Legos and stuff on the bookshelf, and my little Christmas tree and stuff. And the problem was that because it's so humid where we live, there's termites everywhere, and you can't really get rid of them, even if you try to exterminate, because they're everywhere. I've showed videos of this on our homesteading channel. If you can walk in any direction, and the woods around us, all the woods, the forests around us, all the trees have thick, 2-finger wide veins of termite tunnels that run up the sides of all the trees in the woods. So there's nothing you can do, about the termites. So any sort of wood, shelving and stuff like that is an impossibility. The other thing is the humidity. So this is all block wall construction, concrete slab. And the problem is that this, as an example, I have a green screen that I have for my photography work. So I have a white screen, a black screen, and a green screen from all my photography days. And so this is just against the wall. There's condensation behind this, so we have to be conscious about mold and condensation and everything else. Oh, we have tons of ants. Ants are. Ask Chris. I have meltdowns when we start having an ant infestation. We had one about was it 2 months ago in the bathroom? We literally went to bed. We woke up in the morning, and they had come out of the where the slab meets the wall in the corner of the bathroom. They were coming out. They swarmed up the wall, ran down the wall of the bathroom to the shower head hole in the shower. And I mean, it was like a palm wide highway of ants that went from the floor. I mean, there was thousands of them, and that was overnight. That was literally, we went to bed, got up in a few hours, and there was just ants that had just come in, and it was because rain and heat and everything else. So because of where we live, we're trying not to put a ton of money into permanent office, permanent storage and stuff like that. This was literally, when we bought this place, it was, we're going to go here, we're going to hunker down, we're going to spend 5 years, everything's paid for, we're just going to spend 5 years working and saving to buy our forever home, which is going to be up in the mountains. And that's the place where I want to spend, a bunch of money setting up a permanent office and everything else. However, also recognizing that, in order to grow the channel, I do need to improve the audio, the visual. The one thing I can't control is the internet. The internet is, I have 2 connections. Thankfully, when we first moved here, I only had the one, but now I have 2. So at least we have a second company that's here now. So I at least have a couple. I have a backup connection. I can't control that. I say all that to say I appreciate you. You know, I have tried to put in time to like get filters and an equalizer and stuff to make this mic sound as good as possible. It's never going to be as good as like a boom mic with like a soundproofed room, but I may be willing to invest a few $100s if I renovate that other room into an office to try to move to a boom mic setup. But we'll see if, you know, that'll be something that maybe happens by the end of the year.